All right, welcome back. The Fraser Valley real estate market is getting worse. Let's get into it. So in January, I know I've talked about this before. I'm going to get a bit deeper into it. We had 31 new listings. This time last year, we only had 2,000. So roughly 50% more listings. But not only that, like you can see for us to have 3,100 new listings, it would have been to pace for that many new listings. We would have been somewhere in April and we're already there in January. So if this continues, it's not going to look like a very good spring, right? Sales, 777 this year versus 892 last year. So 120 some odd, 115 less sales this year than we had last year, but an additional 1,100 listings. So sales to new listings ratio, I think the Fraser Valley is actually the lowest in the country right now of bigger markets that, we actively track. I think the Fraser Valley for sales new listings is actually the worst in all of Canada at the moment. Now, for the first time, I'm talking to sellers. Sellers are getting visibly frustrated. Like they're getting mad at me when I tell them the price of their home. They are, hey, well, we have a renovated bathroom and that house didn't renovate the bathroom. And you got to see it. You got to come over and see it to really get a feel for it. And, these are the types of conversations that I'm having with people now, is that the sellers are starting to get frustrated. And even, other realtors on YouTube, probably people whose channels that you watch, if you watch my channel, even when they're making content and they're making content about the selling side of the equation, I can tell that they are also frustrated. And, I can't tell you how many conversations I had last spring where I listed the home and we couldn't get a price that they wanted. So we unlisted the home and they're like, we're going to wait till next spring. We want to list in the spring. We need to sell it, but we're going to sell it next spring. And now I'm having these conversations with people and the prices are either the same, and in 9 out of 10 cases, they're lower. Like I said, people are starting to get frustrated with the way things are going, right? We've had 3 years now of basically negative or flat price growth, and people want to get rid of these properties, but they don't want to stomach a loss. And, I'm even getting calls from people that are in private mortgages where it makes 0 sense for them to continue holding this property. Like they're paying thousands upon thousands of dollars in interest. At the end of the year, they're going to have to renew, pay a 2% fee or 3% fee or whatever it is. And they don't want to sell because they're waiting for the prices to go up, but they're also fighting the money that they're losing every single month on the private mortgage. And I guess I just want to say that, like, I've lost a lot of money investing, like a ton of money, stocks. Even on real estate, I lost money flipping a house one time, or I guess adjusted for inflation, I lost money. I could have put my money in literally anything else and made more money. It's okay to lose money. And I get some people aren't in a position to lose money, but if you can afford to lose money, it's okay. People lose money. That is a part of investing. And I think that we're not used to losing money because all real estate has done for the last 25 years is just go up in a straight line. But in normal financial markets, people lose money all the time. Now, the silver lining in all of this, if you are a move-up buyer, you could not be asking for a better market to be doing that in. Right now, prices have come down, interest rates have come down, and the delta between a condo and a detached is extremely close. The delta between a townhome and a detached is extremely close. And if you try to do this move a year and a half ago, you would have been paying way more interest on your mortgage. There was way less inventory to choose from. Yes, it's going to be harder to sell your home, but once it's sold, you have the pick of a lot of quality inventory. You have time to make a decision. And then, you might only be paying from a townhome to a detached house, maybe 200 grand or 250 grand to make that move up, when previously that gap would have been about $500,000, $600,000. A condo to a detached home in, say, Abbotsford might only be 500 grand from a decent condo to a decent detached home now, when previously that gap would have been, $1 million. So it's an amazing time to be a move-up buyer, a really, really one of the best times ever that you could ask for to be a move-up buyer. Now, if you are an investor, there are 1-bedroom condos in the valley that are cash flow negative about, I want to say $300 a month now, right? When previously that would have been about $700-800 a month. But because, again, prices have come down and interest rates have come down, sure, you're negative $200-300 a month, but at least you're positive after you factor in principal mortgage pay down. So you might be positive making $200 a month after the cash flow negative. And being cash flow negative a couple $100 a month on a condo is very normal for our market. That's the way it's always been. you've pretty much never been able to buy a condo and be cash flow positive day of closing. So despite the fact that it looks like things are getting worse and it looks like prices are going to keep dropping, there are some really good opportunities out there depending on who you are. And I think if you have a long-term outlook, like a 5, 6, 7, more ideally like 7 to 10 year hold, you can pick up these condos that are slightly cash flow negative, or maybe just put some more money down so you're not cash flow negative. And then if rates drop another 0.75, another percent, you're going to be neutral. If rents go up in a few years, you're going to be positive on that investment. And you just buy it, you put it in the portfolio, let them pay down the mortgage. And then 10 years from now, if you just keep doing that, you're looking pretty good. But yeah, as it stands right now, the Fraser Valley is not looking too good, to be completely honest. There is a lot of new listings. And like I said in previous videos, we're going to have to see what happens in February, because if we get another glut of a ridiculous amount of listings, actually, I can check right now. Yeah, so already, I mean, we're at 1,800 listings the first 10 days in February. That's going to be like 5,400 listings or something like that. For like, that's a lot of listings. Only 500 sales. That again is like a sales to new listings ratio of 25%. So it looks like this trend of a lot of new listings is continuing, and it's going to get harder and harder to sell as the spring continues, just judging by the math that I'm seeing in front of me. And if you're a seller who needs to sell, it's not looking like the situation is going to get better anytime soon, right? Probably not within the next 12 months. You're probably looking at, spring 2027 for your next chance to get out, unless interest rates drop drastically in the next couple months or something like that happens. Now, if you're interested in buying or selling in the Fraser Valley, you can book a call with me using the link below. I apologize for sounding so negative on these videos, but unfortunately you can go check my channel, and those are the only ones that seem to get any views whatsoever. And that's why I try to at least flip it somewhat positive halfway through the video. But anyways, you want to chat with me about buying or selling, link in the description. I'm that Agent Kelly, and I'm making moves to move you. Peace.